Hi all, earlier today I went to my local bookstore and to my utter amazement I saw Charlieissocoollike's new book Fun Science on the shelves. Ignore my notes, I need them. Why was I amazed? Well, it's on the shelves a few days early, and because I figured out that most of you guys probably don't have the book early, I should review it so you can know if it's like worth buying or if it's just like another lame YouTuber endorsed book that everyone should avoid. So let's find out if it's worth buying.
Hint, it's probably one of my favourite YouTuber books to date.
Okay, the first thing you should know about me, I'm not completely objective because I might be a massive Charlieissocoollike fan. I mean, look at my Instagram, my handle is Dennis.Fang. Don't ask why, because you probably know why. Also, it was probably like my third ever YouTuber I watched after Carrie Unmentionable. He was my third. So I knew Charlie way before I knew even Dan and Phil. Oh my god, what a cool segue, Dennis. And this book kind of stands out from all the other YouTuber books. At least most of the other YouTuber books I've read, because it's actually pretty good. You can tell that so much passion and stuff went to it, and it's like really great to see. They didn't just slap their name on some random crummy activity book or a coffee table book or paid another person to write a not very good teenage novel and just use the book as an excuse to make some more money on the side. No, Dan and Phil actually wrote a really good book that they were passionate about. So let's see if Charlieissocoollike did the same. Okay, I have to admit, I had a few concerns about this book at first, especially when I watched his video about him writing the book. I'll leave a link in the doobly-doo down below if you want to see that. It's a pretty good video, you should watch it. In that video, Charlie says that this book is aimed at people who aren't really science fans, yet he wants to turn them into science fans so they can join the huge science fandom, which sounds really great, but when you think about it, maybe it's not the best thing for people like me, because I'm like a really big science fan and I'm a bit older than, say, school-age children, so I don't really want to read a really dumbed down science book aimed at 8-year-olds because that is not something I want to read. So I was a bit concerned about that, but it turns out my concerns were unjustified. Thank God, because I really want to like this book because it's Charlie's. I mean, just look at that front cover, it's really eye-catching, and the visual style doesn't end there, it continues throughout the book and also in his writing. I mean, it's pretty conversational. It starts with,
"Hi, I'm Charlie, and before we get started, I need to be honest with you. I am not a scientist."
Here's Charlie dressed as a scientist, so maybe he is actually YouTube's Professor Brian Cox. On the lines of trying to be really accessible to everyone, Charlie tries to like relate to everyone, so he talks about why science isn't like interesting to most people. For example, he quotes one of his Twitter followers.
"Science is a boring subject which I am forced to suffer through at school."
So with this kind of casual introduction to the book, with huge writing and bright poppy colours, you might think that it's really dumbed down. However, as I read on, I was once again happily surprised. So let's talk about the red shift. As you can see in this diagram, which would not look out of place in probably a science textbook. Exciting, I know, but I find science textbooks exciting. Shut up, okay? But with Charlie's quite exciting diagram and his words about how Edward Hubble looked through his telescope to find out that galaxies were moving away from us and the universe is expanding, it really proves to us that Charlie isn't just aiming this book at like 6-year-olds, but also at more advanced students of science or life. A concern that you might have is that Charlie admits that he tried to put all of science into this book of 200 or so pages, and that might be a bit challenging, but I think he's put it off really well. Charlie tries to present this in chronological order, if chronological can still mean what it means if you remove time and replace it with space and time. So it's a sort of chronological order, but not really. So it begins with the really big subjects, such as the Big Bang, all the way to the solar system, and then the Earth, and then life, and then us, and then atoms, and then the end of the universe. And speaking about that, he chooses his subjects really well. I mean, these are probably the most interesting subjects in science, at least to me. Like, I'm a huge science nerd, so him dedicating almost half the book to space is a real blessing to me. But because it's in sort of chronological order, it reads really well from start to finish. I mean, there's a beginning with the beginning of the universe and the solar system, and then we move on to the creation of the Earth, and then life on Earth, which slowly moves on to dinosaurs, and then we get to learn about the Darwin theory, which he goes really in depth about, which I feel is a great way to educate non-believers into the Darwin theory. Oh god, this is problematic. And then we end with the ending of the universe, where he presents some alternative theories, and yes, that's pretty much the end of the book. If you can't tell already, I absolutely adore this book. I think it's probably one of the best books written by a YouTuber to date. Probably even better than this, because I feel even if Charlie wasn't involved with this, it would still be pretty good and enjoyable. Yes, I recommend buying this book if you're a science fan, or if you want to get into science, or if you just like Charlie in general. So if you want me to do more book reviews, let me know in the comments below. If you don't want me to do more book reviews, also let me know in the comments below. And until next time, bye. Bye.